Hey guys, welcome back to Karting with Chris. Today's video is going to be the Spring 3 pre-final race. Now before I show you my results in qualifying, I'd like to show you the results of one of the practice sessions we had this weekend. So this weekend we had a total of 3 practice sessions, and this was the last practice session we had, and I got 9th place. But if you look at the difference between me down in 9th place and the person in first, I am 0.189 seconds away from that person. So that's telling you that everyone is very fast and pretty much the same speed this weekend. And if we skip over to the qualifying results, I got 4th place, and I'm still 0.188 tenths off of the fastest person. So I did improve on my lap time, but as far as the gap between me and first place, I'm still not improving there. So you're probably thinking, Chris, a 10th is really not that much. And you're right, a 10th really isn't that much. But in terms of 206 racing, it's kind of hard to find a 10th because we're not going as fast. And, a 10th does mean a lot more. So I did make some adjustments to my kart to find that 10th. I wanted to get a 10th faster. We're always trying to get faster. And so what I did mainly was I went down in the gearing department. So I wanted to give myself a little more top end. I felt like I was hitting the rev limiter a little earlier than I'd like. So my plan was get a little more top end. Hopefully I can pass them on the straights. That was my plan going into this race. So we're starting in 4th. We're on the outside, which is not ideal, but we got to deal with it. So my plan is for the start is to hold it around the outside for turns 1 and 2, and so I can get the inside for turn 3. And anytime in between turn 1 and turn 3 there's an opening on the inside, definitely go for it. So that's the plan. So we've got Caden Wolf in front of us starting in 2nd place, and he gives a little tap on his helmet here telling me he wants me to push him. Don't worry, man, I'll push you. But his brother Ethan Wolf is starting beside us in 3rd place. We got to watch out that these two guys don't double team us, because I feel like that's something that we got to worry about. But we're on the back straight here. We're about to start the race, and Caden's telling me to slow down a bit. But we're waiting for the flagman to wave green. Flagman waves green. We're good to go. So right off the bat, we're going to look for an opening on the inside, but there really isn't an opening on the inside. And straight away, we get passed by one person. And then going through turn 2, we get passed by Ava. But then going into turn 3, like I said, we've got the inside now. And so we only managed to lose 2 places at the start. Now, unfortunately, going through turn 3, I was forced offline. So that did compromise my exit. And you can see Ava is already starting to pull away. But we're in 6th. That's not the worst start in the world. We could have dropped a lot more places. But it's not the best, but that's starting on the outside. That does happen. So at this point, we're going to try and catch up to Ava up in front. She's going to go for the move going to turn 1. She's already sizing up that. And that's going to allow me to catch up to kart number 34. And 34 goes off to the side here. Gets poor exit going through turn 1. I'm going to send it up the inside going to turn 2. Now we're up into 5th. I tap my helmet. I say, let's work together, because Ava has already gapped us. And the top 3 have already gapped Ava, so I really want to work together, try and catch up to these guys and make up some more positions. So going into turn 7 here, we're going to look behind me. We can see that there are people battling it out, which is good news for me. This will allow me to pull away because that will slow them down. But unfortunately, in 206 racing, if you don't have anyone in front of you, like I do right now, to punch a hole in the air and help you with the slipstream, then those who do, like the people behind me, will eventually catch up to you. Now, if you're quick, you can get past that. But if everyone's the same, like we are today, then that's going to be very hard to pull away from. So the people behind are battling. I'm hoping they battle a little bit more. But if they don't and start working together, they will eventually catch up to me. Now, currently, I do have a bit of breathing room. I've got loads of room in front of me. Because the gap to Ava really isn't going down. If not, it might be getting a little bit bigger. But the people behind me aren't super close to go for moves, so I can put my head down, try and set down these qualifying lap times, and try and pull away from them. Like I said, it's easier said than done, but that's going to be the goal from this point on. So going through turn 2, I can hear them going through turn 2. You can hear their tires squealing, so I know they're right behind me. Same through turn 3. And then going through the chicane, we're going to look behind me, and we're going to see kart number 34 is looking for the move. And I'm not going to really fight it too much because I don't want to battle too much at this point. And we're going to look behind me again. We can see Landon giving me a little wave. Hello, Landon. And he's going to also look for the move on me going into turn 1. And this is something I'm starting to notice. I'm starting to notice that my bottom end isn't all that best. Going to turn 1, Landon's going to send it up the inside. He gets the job done. Kart number 612 gets me going through turn 2 because I've been put offline. And I've lost 3 positions in a couple corners. So this is not good news to me, and I really got to fight these positions back. So if you remember at the beginning of this video, I said that I changed my gearing. I went down in my gearing to give myself a little more top end. And unfortunately, I am starting to face the consequences of my actions. So when you do go down in gearing, you do get a little bit more top end, but what you also do is you sacrifice your bottom end. So coming out of the corners, you'll have a little bit less acceleration, but going down the straight, you'll have a higher top speed. And I'm starting to notice that people are pulling away from me coming out of the corners. And by the end of the straight, it's too late. I didn't make up that time yet. So unfortunately, the changes I made did not quite work the way I wanted it to. In hindsight, it's easy to say I shouldn't have done that, but at the time, I felt like it was a good idea. So I'm really hoping that the people in front start to battle as Landon goes for the move on kart number 34. This will slow them down. It will allow me to catch up to them. If I can get in their draft, I can hopefully try and keep up with them. And if they keep fighting a little more, hopefully I can start passing them. But at this point, I am starting to struggle. So we're ending lap 6 here. We're starting lap 7, and this is usually when people start going for moves and start battling for position. So going through turn 2 here, kart number 34 goes a little wide, which will slow him down, and kart number 612 looks for the move, doesn't quite make it stick. And then going through the chicane here, we can see 612 is going to look for the move through turn 7. Doesn't quite go for it again. Sorry, I'm saying their numbers. I don't really know their names. I apologize for that. I'm not good with names. But going through turns 8 and 9 here, we can see we have definitely caught up to them. We're right on their bumper. But unfortunately, like I've been saying this whole time, don't really have the acceleration, the bottom end, to stay with them coming out of the corners. So I gotta hope for some further mistakes. We have gained on them, but it's just nothing significant enough for us to look for a move or at least attempt to move. So we're exiting the chicane here. We're about to go onto the front straight here, and turn 7 up ahead is usually one of the better spots to go for a move, but no one's really pressing that send button. So I don't think I'm going to be able to pass anyone, especially not to the line, because like I said, I don't really have the motor for it. So unfortunately, we do finish in 8th place. We did start in 4th, went down to 8th. Not my best race in the world. I still had a lot of fun. You know, it's always fun racing, but, you know, it's not my best performance overall. But going to the next race, I did change my gear, and hopefully that will help me out. But that's all I'm going to have for today. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing. And if you have any questions, suggestions, or opinions, please comment below. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good day.